Good evening. This is Prime TV News Live Tuesday's edition with me, Lahiru Waduge. As usual, let's take a look at the headlines first. Luck Hero 7 vested with the public under the patronage of the Premier. Cabinet approval given to provide tablet computers to students. An arbitration sought on Tissa Attanayaka case. Industrial production improves. And in news overseas, fire at New Delhi hotel kills more than 17. Now for the headline-making stories in detail. 384 housing units of the Luck Hero 7 housing scheme in Maligavat were vested with the public under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The government has invested 1,536 million rupees for the Luck Hero 7 project. It was implemented by the Urban Development Authority of the Ministry of Megapolis and Western Development. The new housing units were commissioned under the second phase of the authority's project of rejuvenation of urban areas. Each housing unit consists of 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, kitchen, balcony and a bathroom. The housing scheme is also equipped with elevators, community halls and other amenities. Under the first phase of the Luck Hero 7 project, 192 housing units were vested with the public. The Cabinet of Ministers has granted its approval to provide tablet computers to the GCE advanced level students in government schools. Minister of Education Akila Viraj Karyavasam has stated that the government has embarked the program to provide computer tablets to students to meet demands of the modern education. Minister of Finance Mangala Samaravira has agreed to allocate money for the project, identifying the initiative as a priority. The pilot project will be implemented in selected schools countrywide and later it will be extended to all the schools. The ministry has planned to submit a detailed report to the President and the Prime Minister on the project at the next Cabinet meeting. News from the judiciary now. Plaintiff and defendant parties of the case against former General Secretary of the UNP, Tissa Attanayaka, have agreed to settle the dispute via arbitration. This was informed to the Colombo High Court today when the case was taken up. Tissa Attanayaka has been accused of instigating racism by producing forged documents during the last presidential election. Deputy Solicitor General Dileep Piris informed the court that the defendant party has sent a letter to the Attorney General regarding withdrawal of indictments. The Deputy Solicitor General also said that the first witness of the case, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, has agreed to an arbitration. Attorney at law appeared on behalf of Ranil Wickremesinghe, stated that his client is expecting to know the way of arbitration. The Deputy Solicitor General also noted that the second witness of the case, the current president, will be informed in writing to know his stance on the arbitration. President's counsel Kalinga Indratissa, who appeared on behalf of Tissa Attanayaka, said that his client is ready to resolve the dispute by an arbitration, offering apology. The case will be taken up again on the 25th of March. Meanwhile, the case against Chief of Staff of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, Gamini Senarath and 3 other defendants was taken up before the Special Permanent High Court. Examination of witnesses of the plaintiff concluded today. The case has been filed on the allegations of investing 500 million rupees illegally in a company called Helanco Private Limited. The Bribery or Corruption Allegations Investigation Commission informed the court that it is studying the case against parliamentarian Mahindananda Alutgamage to be litigated at the Special Permanent High Court. Mahindananda Alutgamage has been accused on misappropriating a fund to the tune of 53 million rupees in 2014 when he was serving as the Minister of Sports. The Bribery Commission informed the court today that opinion of the Chief Justice will be sought on hearing the case before the Permanent High Court. Now, country's industrial production has increased significantly in December. The Department of Census and Statistics announces that December's industrial production index was 109. According to the department, industrial production index is one of major indicators of country's economic growth. Timber production, food and beverages processing and metal productions have increased drastically. Nawam Perahara of the Gangarama Temple, Hunapitiya, will be held on the 18th and 19th of this month. Head priests of the Gangarama Viharaya, Venerable Dr. Kirinde Asajitera, stated that all the measures have been finalized to hold the event successfully. A special discussion on the Nawam Perahara was also conducted at Temple Trees today. The discussion was attended by Minister Sagala Ratnayaka, Parliamentarian Kavinda Jayawardena and IGP Pujit Jayasundara. Now, Minister Ravi Karnanaka states that the Colombo Port City project will generate a large number of job opportunities in the country. The minister was speaking at the launch of the Sri Lanka Training Centre for Youth Development. The program was embarked as a concerted effort of Sri Lanka and China. The aim of the centre is to improve Chinese language skills of the Sri Lankan youth.
The most important being the International Financial City Port City project in Colombo, which you could see just outside, which is being built to realize Sri Lanka's ambition of becoming a finance and logistics hub in the Indian Ocean. I am made to understand that an ambitious plan is on course to generate a total of 25,000 Chinese language-speaking task force in this country. It is beyond reasonable doubt that such process will facilitate closer cooperation with all existing and intended Chinese projects and investments with our nation. Your plans to develop empowered graduates to be gainfully employed as Chinese language interpreters, English and Chinese teachers, and to be employed with Chinese companies and organizations will significantly contribute for the betterment of the economy. It may also open avenues of untapped foreign employment opportunities as well.
Now, two-wheel tractors were distributed to farmers' associations in Attanagalla under the patronage of former President Chandrika Bandaranaike. The tractors were granted to the farmers' associations by the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Productions of the Western Provincial Council. The aim of the project was to support agricultural activities in the Western Province. Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka police has taken measures to set up criminal intelligence information analysis software in the VPN network. The new system has been created as a joint effort of the Sri Lanka police and the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. The software gathers information about crimes reported all over the island on daily basis. The information gathered will be categorized under 26 major sections. Special feature of the system is to store information on places where crimes took place using Google Maps. The new piece of software will help to tackle crimes in the society efficiently. Measures have been taken to extend the closing time of Elephant Orphanage of Pinnavala to 10 p.m. Director of the National Zoology Department, Dhammika Malsingha, said that steps are being taken to make the extension. More than 920,000 local and foreign tourists have visited the Elephant Orphanage last year. The Zoology Department says more than 700 million rupees income has been generated from the orphanage last year. It is expected to implement a range of programs to attract more tourists to the place. Dhammika Malsingha said that a passenger bus service will also be introduced for the convenience of the visitors. Another initiative will be launched to breed elephants at the orphanage and release them to forest areas. Farmers in the northern and eastern provinces who were affected by flooding and drought will be paid compensations from day after tomorrow. The inaugural session to provide compensations will be held under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. More than 22,500 acres of land in the two provinces was affected by the inclement weather. The Agricultural Insurance Board stated that all the farmers in the north and east can be paid compensations before March. Minister P. Harrison made an inspection tour in the Kilinochchi and Mullaitivu districts to observe obliterated land blocks. The government has set aside 400 million rupees to pay compensations to the farmers. 40,000 rupees will be paid per acre under the scheme. The program to provide compensations will be held on the 14th, 15th and 16th of this month. Still at home, the opposition party of the Kelaniya Pradesh Sabha has lodged a complaint against the ruling party, alleging that they have misused public funds of the Pradesh Sabha. The group of the opposition members of the Kelaniya Pradesh Sabha handed over their complaint to the Bribery or Corruption Allegation Investigations Commission. They request the commission to do an expeditious and fair investigation on the matter. Former Pradesh Sabha member of the Kelaniya, Manoj Pereira, said that they have requested to appoint a competent authority to the Kelaniya Pradesh Sabha to prevent mishandling of funds. They also said that due to documents have been submitted to the investigative arms. In other news, the inaugural session and cultural performances of the Ekata Sitimu program, which was organized in line with the 71st National Day of Sri Lanka, are being held at the premises of World Trade Center and the Dutch Hospital. The event commenced under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. President Secretariat's Special Projects Unit, the Ministry of Defence and the Sri Lanka Army have organised the Ekata Sitimu program to strengthen ties among different groups in the society as a nation. Distinguished people who brought glory to the motherland in various fields will be felicitated under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. The ITN is scheduled to telecast recorded footage of the event following the Sinhala main news bulletin today. Now, finally, on the local news segment, the customs officials at the Katunayake International Airport have seized 148 cigarette cartons that were brought into the country illegally. The cigarette cartons were found in a false bottom of a baggage of an air passenger who arrived in Sri Lanka from Dubai. The stock of cigarettes worth more than 1.6 million rupees. The suspect is a 41-year-old resident of Minuanguda. Joining with us today in our business news segment, Nishant Batagal, Manager, Colombo Stock Exchange, bringing you insight for investing. Let's join him to know more details and stock market updates with Imesha Fernando from CSE.
When somebody invests in the stock market, it is not like investing in a fixed return investment as such. There are a lot of things that people need to learn when investing in the stock market, because there is somewhat of a risk component that comes with investing in the market as such. So we advise all investors to get themselves educated on the lines of investing in stocks through various forms of educational programs that we conduct, so that people would know exactly whether this form of investment suits them or not, and what they could benefit out of this investment by getting into this investment and going forth.
The benchmark all-share price index lost 30.41 points, close at 5,930.21, while the S&P Sri Lanka 20 index lost 21.79 points, close at 3,040.62. The turnover was 1.07 billion rupees, with 24.9 million shares changing hands in 3,533 trades. The market capitalization at the end of the day was 2,771.57 billion rupees. Top 5 gainers of the day were Tis Agro, Renuka City Hotel, Anilana Hotels, K-Gold Plantations and Kalani Tires, while the top 5 losers were S&B Leasing, the finance company non-voting, Softlogic Life, Habukastana Plantations and MTD Workers. Today's foreign purchases were 288.66 million rupees and foreign sales were 550.07 million rupees. There were 8 crossings today and the crossing turnover was 757.69 million rupees.
Well, that's it for today, but we'll be back with more tomorrow at the same time. Until then, you can catch the latest on www.ignews.lk. I'm Life+news signing off. Have a good night.